Everything rises and falls on leadership, so very, very important. So please, everybody, make a note of that. If you are a slow or half asleep leader, then your team will be slower than you. If you are not promoting anything in the group, or if you're promoting one thing a day or one thing a week, your team will not do anything in the group whatsoever. So you need to go over and beyond so your team can follow you. And what you'll find is that your team may not be listening to you, what you're saying, but they will be watching you. Your team is watching you all the time. So that's why leadership is so important. That's why we're doing these calls, to ensure that every single person on this call becomes a very, 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 very good leader. And then you'll find that your team will follow you and follow your leadership. One other thing just to bear in mind is that this is leadership and not management. There's a huge difference between leadership and management. Leaders lead from the front. Okay, so just make a note of that. Leaders lead from the front, and everything rises and falls on leadership. So my intention is to ensure that every single person on this call today will become, or is, an amazing leader today. Mandy, I think we have almost everyone on the call. There may be a couple of people missing, but I'll continue on any. I'm not sure who iPhone is, so Mandy, if you can find out who iPhone is, that would be awesome.
iPhone
I think it's Nemo.
Daniel.
Okay, it's fine. So again, in this business, what you'll find is that, no, it's Daniel. Almost, Mandy, almost.
Oh, sorry. No, maybe not. Sorry, Daniel, just ignore me.
So, yeah, Mandy's had a long day, so let's just go along with it and carry on. Yeah, again, this business is about the 4 Ps. If you don't know what the 4 Ps are, please make a note of them. These should by now be ingrained in your heads. So the 4 Ps are as follows: prospecting, write it down, prospecting, presenting, promoting, and personal development. I'll say that again: prospecting, presenting, promoting, and personal development. Every single person, every single leader on this call and your teams should be doing this every single day. You should be prospecting, presenting, promoting, and being engaged in personal development every second of the day. And what you'll find is that personal development will carry you through when things get tough, because this is business. Every single business has ups and downs, and you will experience the same in this business. And what you'll find is that if you are personally developed and your team is personally developed, it will carry you forward through the troughs in this business. And believe me, there are many troughs in this business. The Chairman 10, Chairman 100s have challenges, as do we. And what you'll find is that once you're developed, you will smash those challenges and those barriers down. Anyway, Mandy, do you want to say anything before we turn on to everybody? Because what we want to know here is what you've done well during the week, what's not going well for you, and what are your blockers, and then we can help you get over those blockers and ensure that you smash those barriers as I just talked about.
I wanted to just, come on here and talk about the law of C, which is the law of confession. And sometimes when we are doing these calls, I know sometimes they can be quite heavily geared towards, the skills and prospecting and presenting and all that sort of stuff. But I just kind of wanted to remind everyone that, that law is so important. And if we did this leadership call a few years ago, I probably would have said, guys, get on social media and prospect and present and this and that. And that's important. The work works at the end of the day. But also, one of the things that Rupa Palmer mentioned in her speech, in her testimony when David was interviewing her a couple of weeks ago, was that from in the run up to chairman, I think 10 or 25, can't remember which one, but they started confessing less of what they wanted to see and what they were actually seeing. So what they were seeing was that, okay, chairman 10 is still there. Oh, sorry, I think it was platinum 5, but then the chairman 10 hadn't quite materialized, and they kept checking the back office. And what they were focusing on was their physical reality as opposed to their imaginative goal reality. So just in a nutshell, I just want to say, look, how many times in the last 7 days since this call did we confess our goals? I'm so happy and grateful I'm a platinum 1000. I'm so happy and grateful I'm a platinum 2000. Whatever it is, confession is the name of the game. And, a lot of people say, Mandy or Dr. Jav, I'm stuck, or this is not quite working. But sometimes we get into the habit of saying the things that we don't want, or that we're seeing in physical form, as opposed to what we want to see. So I would urge every single, and by the way, I lead by example. I don't tell anybody to do anything that I don't do myself. You can check my gratitude journal when I meet you in person, but it's all there. I'm constantly confessing every morning. I'm so happy and grateful that I've received my chairmanship. the six figures are there, parents are retiring, the things are happening. So the confession is consistently there. And I'm excited and I'm feeling good about it. You know, we can't confess and say, oh, I'm really happy and grateful that, you know, I'm platinum 1000. You know, just we got to really feel it, that you know, it's there. And you know, not to get sort of religious or anything, but you know, in the Bible it says, you know, God said let there be light, and there was light. God didn't see the light first and say, well, actually now I'm going to kind of put on the lamp and the light on the world and that sort of stuff. He physically said it first. So, you know, if we're made in his image, again, not to get too religious or anything, but if we're made in that image, then that means we have the same power to be able to speak things and for them to materialize. It's what David talks about, the confession, the confession, the confession. So, you know, how many times in the last week have you confessed your goal, or have you been the person to say, I can't get there. This is not happening. My team are not listening, or this is not happening. Because remember, the life and death are in the power of the tongue. So it's all about confession, 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 always confessing what you want to see, not what's actually happening, but what you want to see. So Dr. Jav, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mandeep. So basically, you need to be living in your goal today.
Yep.
So both Mandeep and I are living as if we are chairmen. So Mandeep does this every day, as do I. We write our goals down every single day. Don't just say them. You need to write them down. When you put pen to paper, it's extremely powerful. Ensure that you're writing your goals down every single day. For the first few days, it'll be difficult, but over a period of time, a habit will develop. And trust me, that's a very good habit. So whether your goal is to become chairman this year, P5000, whatever it is, write your goals down every single day, and that conviction will ensure that you won't just hit your goals, you'll smash your goals. So please make sure you do that. So yeah, let's go on to questions, Mandeep. So who wants to go first? You know, what's gone well for you? What hasn't gone so well? And any blockers? And then we can address those. If nobody wants to go first, I'll pick someone at random.
Come on, guys! Now's your chance. Now's your chance.
I've been prospecting with my cousins in America, and recently one of them spoke to me about he's interested in stuff like that, but he's trying to talk about tax and IRS and trying to get his taxes resources correct, and that's what the stumbling block for him. How would I go about investigating how he can do that for himself, so he can be more encouraged to join us?
Yeah, if I start off with that, I mean, his taxes are no. I mean, we shouldn't really be looking at his taxes. That's his own problem. But when it comes to Forex, there is no tax. So you are not taxed on Forex. You're taxed on the additional income from the building the business side. And obviously that is something for him to do once he's made some money. There's no point looking at it now until you've actually made some money. Because someone asked me that question a while back, wanting to join the business. And one of his many questions was, you know, what about tax? What am I going to do about tax? And my answer to him was, let's make some money first, and then we'll talk about the tax. Why start doing things that you're not make? I mean, if you're not making any money, why even talk about tax?
Yeah.
You come to that. Once you're making enough money to be taxed, then we can start looking at accountants and so on. And both Mandeep and I have contacts, so I'm sure we can help you on that side as well. But let's get to the income first before we start looking at, you know, IRS or, you know, HMRC and those things. Mandeep.
Yeah, I would echo that as well. I mean, the thing is, he's almost creating an obstacle for himself before he's even made the money. So it's like, let's make the money first. And then, you know, if profits are taxed in the US, I don't know if they are, but that's a good thing to have. That's a good problem to have, because it means that you're actually making that additional income. But like Jav said, let's get to the stage of making the money first, because he has to go through the whole demo process, you know, and then the education, and then he'll start making the money. So it's kind of like we don't need to worry about that now. Tell him to look at the education first, and then he can get the ball rolling from there.
Yeah. Can I, on that subject, can I say something? I was prospecting to somebody in Canada, and she's on maternity leave. She really wants to join, but she's on maternity leave. So obviously she's getting maternity pay. So she's now thinking that if she joins and start making some money, because one of the clause of the maternity pay is that she's not supposed to have an additional income. So she was then asking me that, how would that affect her, because she's receiving a maternity income from the government? How would that affect her maternity pay?
Well, my response to that is, again, very, very similar to the one I just talked about. It takes some time to earn Forex profits. Why does she want to delay her success? It might take her 2 months, 3 months, whatever, to start making good money from Forex. to be taxed on it. The
Yeah,
education,
okay, no, she wasn't sure because she's not supposed to have an additional. She's not supposed to have any other money apart from what the government is giving her. So she was thinking that how would that affect her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, until she's making money, it's not going to affect her at all. Once she starts making money, we can talk about that. In all honesty, the income you get from here far, far exceeds what you get in any maternity pay.
That's correct. That's true.
Yeah. So what she's doing now is she's actually delaying her success, delaying her gratification. And my view on that is that she should start the educational process, start learning, become personally developed, and by then she'll be towards the end of her maternity pay anyway, possibly. And if she isn't, once we get to that hurdle, we have many contacts in the US and Canada as well, and we can help you along those lines as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. I'll call her tonight. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, that should not delay her from. I get those questions all the time, and again, make some money first, and let's not put hurdles in front of us. You need to be smashing these hurdles down. We're just putting people that join us or our prospects come with hurdles anyway, and these are mental blocks they've put in place, and this is what holds people back. The more you can smash these blocks down, and you can help her on that line B, get her signed up tonight. There's no reason why she shouldn't start learning.
Yeah, that's true. I'll talk to her tonight. Yeah.
And also, Forex is not taxable anyway.
Okay, so is it just the money we make from residual income that is taxable?
In the UK, obviously US, I think it's the same in the US, Canada, I don't know. But again, until she's made that money, we shouldn't even be discussing this. Let's make the money first, and then we can talk about taxes.
It's good to know that it's not taxable. I thought it was taxable after a certain amount of money. Yeah. So that's good to know. So that's good.
Both Forex and cryptocurrency trading, it's not taxable. So you can make and buy your house or whatever you want to do.
Because Perina asked me that question. Perina's on the call. So Perina, has that answered your question?
Yeah.
No, my question was not about tax. And I saw that it's not taxable unless you want to declare that as your source of income. There's a clause to it. Anyway, just on the subject, the problem I have with most of my prospects in North America is the timing of our Zoom calls, especially the live training sessions during the week. I don't know if there is another group or there are other Zoom calls which can work with their time apart from ours.
Serena, welcome to the call. I think it's the first time we had you on, so welcome. And yeah, good to see you. We have the Go Live. Go Live is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So timing should not be an issue for anyone. So what they need to do is, once they've gone through the basics or even joined on the basics, they can go to the Go Live sessions. And also the Go Live sessions are recorded as well. So time zones, time difference shouldn't make a difference.
But I think the
Okay, can you hear me? I can't hear. Mandy, can you hear anyone?
I was just saying,
Mr. Abdullah Sandi, who's doing live E611 sessions at 1 a.m., which is basically in time for the North America people. So it means that Monday to Thursday, they have an opportunity to also make money live with us. So there's that. So the thing is, there's always, where there's a will, there's a way. So Abdullah's put that in place because he knows that, people are hungry to learn and earn, so they can plug into those sessions. Is that good? Perfect. Okay, I think Jav's muted everyone, so that's fine.
Yeah. Next question. Anybody?
I think you'll have to wave in case you, because I think there's a lot of background noise. So if anybody has a next question, obviously don't all shout at once. We can see everybody's excited. So let's
sort of trying to ask a question there. She's licking her lips. She's getting ready.
Who, me?
Yes. There you go. The question's coming. Go for it, Maria. It's okay. Take all family here.
I'm just trying to think. How would you? Okay, what would you say to? So say when you, because obviously time is of the essence, and when you have like 24 hours a day, how do you guys like differentiate between who you should just plug into calls, like guest presentations that you're doing, or the women's call that's on a Thursday, compared to who you should give, you know, a one-to-one session with, or like actually speak to them about it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I find that I either fall into the trap of just, you know, directing everyone to a Zoom call that's being done, like a guest presentation, or I'll either just take all the load myself and just try and get through as many people as I can. But then it both ways, I'm like, how do you strike that balance of knowing who you should talk to on a face-to-face kind of one-to-one, or who you should just put into a guest presentation?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, every single person is different. Every single prospect is different. So I gauge what I need to do after speaking to that prospect. So if I feel that this person will convert very, very quickly, I'll do the presentation myself. Otherwise, I'll direct them to my own Zoom call or use the system. We have a system. We have a guest presentation every single day. So you can use that. I mean, that's why we do that. So you can use that as well. But generally, people need more than one interaction to join anyway. So the guest presentation, you'll find, is an additional interaction that you can use. So personally, what I tend to do is, and again, Mandeep, you can let me know what you do as well. I will normally have a conversation with a person, and I'm not going to speak to anyone for longer than probably about 10 minutes or so. And unless I feel that they really are interested in the business, because I have a lot of people to speak every single day. And then I'll direct them to a presentation, either one I'm doing or one of the other guest presentations. And after that, I can gauge, and they'll have, you know, some decent questions to ask, and then I can decide whether they want to join the business or not, and I'll play it along there. So I mean, that's what I tend to do. I'll have an initial discussion, and then potentially a presentation, and then I'll close them. So that's 3 interactions rather than just the one interaction straight to the presentation. Mandeep.
Okay. Thank you.
Mandeep?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So basically, I have a look at the type of person they are on the profile. So on the profile, if it says like entrepreneur or mompreneur, and she's, you know, she's got loads of pictures of family and she looks motivated, then I probably want to do a face-to-face Zoom call with her and invest that time. Whereas if I look at someone else's profile and they're kind of not really posting, they've maybe approached me and they're not really, it's just about having that eye to see, okay, am I going to invest my time in this person based on their profile, and just have an initial chat with them. Hey, how's it going? And either on that conversation, from the way they sound, if they sound very excitable and ambitious, and if they sound like a Sam is a switched on, ambitious, motivated person. If they sound like a Sam, do a one-to-one with them, invest that time. If not, send them a video or direct them to the guest presentation, so you can use that time to prospect somewhere else. So it just means that you're kind of, you know, really using your time wisely.
Yeah.
I think Shannon raised her hand. I don't know if she has a question or she wants.
Yeah, I have a question.
Let me just add one more thing, Shannon, before you come on. If you come across someone who's, like Mandeep said, an entrepreneur, a very, very good networker, I would do a presentation with them straight away. Yeah. You don't want to wait for a presentation that might occur later in the day or on another day, because you might lose that person in that time. Okay, sorry, Shannon.
Over to me. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a brilliant Sunday. I'm having a fantastic Sunday. So I have a question for you guys, actually. So one of my questions was, have you ever used Facebook paid ads to, you know, approach new prospects or prospecting at all? Have you used that as a strategy before? And what do you think? I want both of your takes, actually, Mandeep and Dr. Jav.
Mandeep, you want to go first, or shall I go first?
Okay, so for me, it's no. I've not used Facebook paid ads. For me, the thing is that yes, it can reach more people and all the rest of it, but nothing sells like yourself. There is no other person like you. So the thing is, like, it's a case that no one else is like you. So I just think, well, if they want it, they're gonna come to me. If not, they can lump it. So that's me, Jav.
Okay. Let me take the more professional business approach. I have used Facebook ads in business before, quite a lot. However, just bear this in mind, unless you've got a website, where are you going to drive the traffic to? Do you have a good Facebook business page that you can drive the traffic to? If you have a business page with only 2 people on there and you drive people to that page, the hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds, whatever you're going to spend, people are going to come to your page and look and say, look, oh, look, Shanann's only got one like on a page or whatever. So you need to drive those people somewhere. So if your page does not have engagement, there's not a lot of things happening on it, you'll waste that money because people will go elsewhere. You can drive the people to a third-party page like a website. So my question to you is, do you have a website that is ready for you to drive people to, where they can opt in to one of your webinars?
No, I don't have a website, but I just wanted to, you know, I had that idea in the head from one of our team members. So I just wanted to ask that question and get both of your points of views on it. But yes.
I mean, long term is something you can look at. You know, once you've got your website ready, an opt-in page where people can opt in, you can send them to Eventbrite as well and places like that. But in the short term, you need to do what works and what works very, very quickly. And that's what we're talking about.
System, right?
Yeah. It's the same system used by David Imanite, same system used by Bryce Thompson. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. So I get
it's true.
I get these questions all the time. I'm saying, look, just do what works. You can spend 90% of your time building a beautiful system, getting your website up and running, but in that time, you've probably lost like 100 prospects. You're delaying your growth. Obviously, it works, but don't make it your main focus. Your main focus is to do exactly what we teach you to do today. You can get prospects today if you do what we're telling you to do. 50 messages a day. My question to every single person on this presentation is, have you done your 50 messages for today?
Well, I've done 30, but I don't know about 50.
I do 50 a day. At least.
If you do 50, I'm going to do 50 too.
I am writing 50 down. So.
If I'm doing 50, Chanel, you should do 51.
Okay, I'll do 53.
So it's good to have friendly competition within the team, but this works. I've had many people from Facebook, from Instagram, from social media in general. This works. If I now go around and start, I mean, I've got a website as well. I can do that stuff, but this works so well. Why should I go and start focusing on other things when I know that this is working?
Yeah, it's true. Thank you, Dr. Jav. Thank you, Mandeep.
And you're so lucky to have, I mean, we know what works, and this has worked for years and years. Just copy us. There's no plagiarism.
Duplication, right?
Yeah, just copy us verbatim.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, anybody else?
There was something that I stumbled on this advertisement in this Nigerian thing on Facebook. I don't know how I felt on that, but then they were advertising FOREX, and so a lot of people were coming and say, "Oh, what is FOREX? Can you tell me more about it?" So what I'm doing is like 500 people on that group. So what I've been doing is I've been scrolling that group. Everybody that's been answering this question, I've not messaged them privately. And I've got 6 people. I've sent about maybe at least 30 messages. About 6 people have come back to me to tell them that I should tell them more about it. I've done 2 presentations to 2, and then I'm still waiting to talk to 4 of them again. So, but I'm still going through the list and messaging and see who's going to come back to me. I don't know how I came about this page. I just fell on it.
Where is it on Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah. Where they were advertising. Somebody was advertising FOREX on Facebook. Somebody in Nigeria was using FOREX.
That's very, very good. We have a large Nigerian team. So what you do is,
I don't know if I'm invading people's privacy or.
That's how social media works. What you need to do is make sure you get their phone numbers, because when it comes to
all the 6 people, I've got their numbers on WhatsApp, so they're giving me all their numbers.
Yeah. So
they're very simple, but when I get to talk to them, then they've given me their numbers. So I've done a guest presentation on both of them, on 2 people. So I've got 4 that between probably tomorrow I'll do more on them tomorrow. I'm just waiting to get the times.
So we're expecting to announce your new rank tomorrow, B, because those 6 people are going to join. Mandy, can you just make a note of that?
That would be nice, isn't it?
So no, that works. I mean, if you go to groups on Facebook, similar groups, and post in those groups, you can get a lot of prospects from those groups.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, a lot of people, just because they're skeptical, a lot of them coming back with questions, like they're very skeptical. So I've just tried to explain to them more, and like send them a friend request so they can get access to my Facebook page. So they can see that I'm real. I'm not a scammer, because a lot of them think I'm a scammer. They think that I'm somebody. So I've opened my page so they can get into my Facebook page. They can see that I'm a real person. They go into my timeline, they'll see that I'm real. I'm a mom. I do FOREX. I have a travel agency and all that. So that's what I've done. So a lot of them are now warming up a little bit. But I'm gonna keep going down to that group. So every so often I go down and check who's asking a question, who's asking what is FOREX, can I know about it? And I just send that person a message. Some of them are getting back to me, but some obviously aren't. But I'll see what.
What you're doing is amazing. This is for everybody. You need to keep knocking the door, and the door will eventually open. Yeah.
Yes.
We have people that have had no customers for a whole year, and then all of a sudden they're like, a senior rank. So keep knocking the door, and the door will eventually open. You just got to be persistent and consistent, and keep doing what you're doing, and you'll become better and better at it.
That's correct. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. Mohammed, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking about a question to come in mind, and I'm still thinking about a question. But what I would say is, like, I personally like this idea. I never thought about this, that B was just talking about, just going on the ads and finding people over there that have just shown the interest. So I was just planning I can just start doing that thing as well. Yeah, that's something. I guess you're muted. You are muted, Dr. Jav.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, with Facebook ads, I would leave it for the moment and just focus on what works. Just do your messages. If you've got time on your hands, do 100 messages. You can spend a whole week building the perfect ad. When that's like 100 times. You've missed out on 500 messages, and those 500 messages could get you 3, 4, 5 people that really need this opportunity. So focus on what works. Don't waste your time on things that may or may not work. We're not looking for a new wheel. The wheel has been designed. You just got to make it work. Mandeep, anything to add? I think Mandeep's in cloud cookie land today.
Sorry, can you see and hear me? Because my internet connection looks unstable.
No, we can see you. We can hear you. I think, were you doing a bit of a dance before as well, something? Whoa.
No, do you know what? I'm just going to move. I think the connection is stable. That's why I'm like hearing you all on and off. But let me just move. So is that better? Can you all see and hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's amazing how you move, but the room stayed the same. That's absolutely amazing, Mandy.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things, it's in Dubai and it's all a bit all over the place. So, but yeah, no, I didn't have anything to add to that in particular. I actually wanted to speak about something else. So does that answer your question, Mohammed? Is that sort of okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. One of the things that I want all 8 of us to do is post your activity. So that's a real big thing, because I remember when we got added to all the Platinum 1000 plus groups with Abdullah, which of course you will all be part of once you hit that. But the key thing that he always talks about is posting our activity is so important. For example, this call, at the end of this call, everybody's going to smile. We're all going to take a picture and pretend like we're enjoying and having a good time, which we are. And we're going to take a picture and put it in the group, because this is the stuff that inspires other people. And if you're someone that wants to build, you want to be that influencer. You want to be that inspiration to the people to say, look, we're making waves, we're making things happen. And that's it. Because I know in the early days when I started and when Dr. Jav started, we always used to see Takir posting videos and pictures and non-stop. And we were like, oh my God, like actually, yeah, we do need to do some more messages. We do need to inspire people. Because you're seeing your leader all the time. It's like monkey see, monkey do. So if your team sees you and what you're doing, then yeah, 100%, you can definitely do that. And we can all do that. So the key thing is post your activity, whether you're doing messages, whether you're having a coffee meeting with your friend, whether you're meeting a team member, whether you're doing a Facebook Zoom call, always, not just on social media, but always post on your on the group as well. The Dynamite group should be lit every day with messages non-stop, whether you're on a Zoom call for ECC 11, whether you made some money, whether you're on harmonic scanner training, whether you're doing a Zoom call with your own team, like a smaller intimate group. Post it on the group, because this is what it's all about. It's about showing what you're doing, leading by example. And Jav, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, exactly. So as a minimum, write this down. As a minimum, I'd say a minimum 5 posts a day, whether those are videos, photos, or text posts. And that should be a bare minimum. And I think in my case, Mandeep's case, we'd probably do about 20 or 30 a day. But for everybody else on this call, do a minimum of 5 a day. And what you'll find is that your customers will start doing the same as well. And they'll become leaders as well. We're developing leaders here, people you can help out, people you can help become financially free. And we're following the same habits of hugely successful people. So all I'm asking you to do is just do what we're doing. Post daily, post more than like once a day, 5 times a day as a minimum, and you'll find that your team will start doing the same, and they'll become more and more comfortable with this way of working, and they'll become amazing leaders too.
And they're so coachable, Jav, because a few of them, like Daniel and Mohammed, have already posted in the group. So well done, guys. Like, that's really good.
Amazing. Now I'm just waiting for them to put some videos in there. So if you can do a video a day as well, that would be awesome. Again, your team is watching you. And if you're not seen in the group, they'll think something's wrong. Just give you an example. Was it last week? I think I missed the fire up call, and there are people in my team expecting me on that call. And I had messages on my phone saying, Dr. Jav, are you okay? And I'm thinking, what's happened? What have I missed? I was actually getting a takeaway because in those
kebabs, my goodness.
In those days, you couldn't sit in a restaurant and eat. So it had to be a takeaway, Mandeep. So yeah, I mean, people were saying to me, what's going on? Where were you? What's happened? And I said, look, it's okay. Nothing's happened. I'm still here. And yeah, basically your team's watching you. So just do what you're supposed to be doing, and you'll find that your team will grow organically, and that's what you need, and that's what you want. And you can help your team become leaders as well.
Perfect, guys, let's do it. So remember, confession, your posting activity, and everybody minimum by the end of this month, we all have the potential to go platinum 1000 minimum by the 31st of July. So that means going crazy, confessing, it means your activity, your videos, everything. So let's do it. So
in Mohammed's case, obviously it's got to be P2K, Mohammed.
Yeah, P2K for you, Mohammed, yeah. That's a must. And by the way, if you don't have your poster for Platinum 1000, please contact me separately or Jav, and we'll get that poster sorted for you. But every single person on this call has a potential to go Platinum 1000. Imagine in 1 month, you will all have given yourself a $12,000 pay rise for the year. That's incredible. Residually, $1,000 a month is an incredible amount of income on top of what you're already earning. So let's get out there and let's do it.
And just to put things into perspective, a Platinum 2000 earns on average the average income in the UK. So the income of a Platinum 2000, I'm not talking about Forex, just the residuals, is the average income in the UK for Platinum 2000. A Platinum 5000 is the average middle class household income. And you're getting that even if you're asleep all day in bed, you will still get that income. That's how powerful this is. Every single person on this call can become, what is it now, Mandy? It's like the first week of July. By the end of this month, apart from you, Mohammed, every single person on this call can become a Platinum 1000. Be Monday. I've written Monday down. It's got to happen. A Platinum 1000 so that you can become Platinum 2000, which is the average income in the UK. People go to work for 40 hours non-stop every single week to earn what a P2000 makes while he's sitting down twiddling his thumbs all day.
What do you mean twiddling his thumbs? Don't you mean eating kebabs?
Yeah, I wasn't talking about you, Mandy. Anyway, yeah, and also from a Platinum 150 to 600, your income multiplies 4-fold.
Yep.
From Platinum 150 to 600, you're making 4 times as much. 600 to 1,000 is approximately double. 1,000 to 2,000, approx double. 2 to 5, a little bit more than double. Your employer will never give you a 100% pay rise ever. Trust me, I've tried many times. And so has Mandeep. It's not going to happen. But in this business, you can earn the average income in the UK as a P2K within a couple of months. So that's what I'm expecting to see from every single person on this call. If there's any blockers, let us know. Drop us a private message, and we're here to help you. to make it happen. So I think the last thing is just make sure you've written your goals down. So Maria, again, you're 2 people away. Let's just sort it out now. Yeah, I think Mandeep and we were just getting really restless. We need to see a poster in the group tomorrow.
Yes, Shannon and Maria.
Same with Shannon. B as well. B, Maria and Shannon. Yeah, you know what ranks you're going for. It's got to happen within the next 2 days. Shannon is laughing and smiling at us. I think she's done it. She's just keeping a bit quiet. Yeah, so 2 days. Daniel as well. I mean, you're going for the next rank. Let's make it happen. So if anything's holding you back, let us know. Just do what we're doing, duplication, and it does work. And let's make it happen.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So, you know, because going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and then you're like, right, okay, it's going to happen, you know, in the next few days, and then it doesn't happen.
I actually missed the whole question because of my internet connection. So
Keep the faith, Maria. Tell them.
Wait, Mandeep, you're muted.
Let me just repeat. Woo! Daniel, that was really, really good. And I just want to echo what you said just then, because so the question was, how do you keep the faith and the feeling if you think it's going to happen and then it's coming and it's coming? Remember, don't put a timeline on things. I know obviously we're saying, you know, Monday and let's wrap it up, but don't get pressured or held back by the timeline. Just keep believing it's there. And Maria, you should know that you're a Platinum 600 anyway. So now your faith and your feeling is going to be towards the Platinum 1000, because the Platinum 600 is done. You're 2 people away. It's going to get done anyway. So the next thing is, right, I'm going to Platinum 1000 now. So you're literally a few people away. Amen.
But tell me one thing, Mandeep. David says, you know, add a timeline as well. So if the timeline is not met, or if you can't achieve the goal in that time frame, what do you do then with that specific time frame?
You just move the date. David always puts timelines on his goals, but he actually let us into a secret that with the timelines that he's used, he's only achieved his goal in I think less than 10% of that time frame. So what that means is that he doesn't always achieve it by that deadline. Maybe 10 to 20% of his goals have been, but he doesn't get stressed about the date or anything like that. He just thinks, okay, I've missed the deadline, so what? Because you'd be a lot closer to your goal had you not put a deadline. Because then otherwise we could be looking at Platinum 600 by the year 2030, but that's too long. That's too long. Jav?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Mandeep. A timeline definitely helps. I'm changing my timelines all the time. Sometimes I've actually achieved goals within the timeline, and sometimes it's taking a little bit longer, but that's not a problem. That is life. So you just change your timeline again, but obviously make it achievable, and you'll do it.
Perfect. So Jav, I think we should wrap this up now. I've got another call to attend at 2:45. Can we all just smile? I'm going to take a picture. Parina, are you there? We can get on. So 3, 2, 1. Hey, amazing. Right, guys, lots of love, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Team Kynamite call at 6 o'clock in the evening. Is that right, Jeff?
Crazy action equals crazy results. Let's do it. Let's make it. Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow.